there is one woman that I work with who she is 55 years old. She's roughly 200 pounds and she's 5 foot 4 inches. And she is a lightly active individual, or she was at least before she was diagnosed with cancer, which was fairly recently. And so she asked me a question a few weeks ago, and this is the question that the presentation is going to be centered around, is how many calories do I need to eat to lose X amount of weight? So essentially what I told her is it's about calories in versus calories out. So if you are eating less calories than what you're expending throughout the day, then you are going to lose weight. It might be a gradual decrease, but you will lose over time. So, and this is backed up by Ard et al. 2018, where they stated that a calorie restricted diet will help with visceral adipose mobilization. Essentially, just they will lose body fat. So now that we have some of her demographics laid out, first thing we need to do is calculate her basal metabolic rate, which stands for, which is also known as BMR. So the BMR is basically the amount of calories that you would expend if you just sat in your bed and did absolutely nothing for the entire day. So there's a few methods of calculating this, but there is one called the Harris-Benedict method. And this is presented by Michelle Fieria et al. 2016. So it's a pretty lengthy equation, so I'll try to take it slow. But the equation starts with 447.593 plus, in parentheses, 9.247 times her body weight in kilograms. So if we did 200 divided by 2.2 would be around 90.9 kilograms. So we'll say 91 kilograms. So 91 kg plus 3.098 times her height in centimeters. So earlier I said that she is 5 feet 4 inches. So that would be around 167 centimeters. So we'll say 167 centimeters. And that will be subtract 4.33 times her age in years, and she is 55. So we'll start with the parentheses first. So we'll do 9.247 times 91 kg. So if we did 9.247 times 91, that equals 841.47. So this is what we have written so far. This is the entire equation, and then this is the second step that we've taken. So now after we get that number, we'll go to now we're going to multiply 3.098 times her height. So this one we're going to do 3.098 multiplied by 167, which that would equal 3.098 times 167. So that comes out to 517.36. And this is it right here. And then the last part is 4.33 times 55. So that would give us 4.33 times 55. So that gives us 238.15. So now that we have all of those numbers, now all we have to do is make one big equation. So we'll have 4.47.593 plus 891.47 plus 517.36 minus 238.15. So erase all this here. So this is our nice long equation right here. So after we add and subtract all these numbers, we'll have her basal metabolic rate. So we will take 447.593 plus 891.47 plus 517.36 minus 238.15. So that would come out to 1,618. So 1,618 is her basal metabolic rate. So that is if this woman were to stay in bed all day and do nothing. Okay, so now after that, we need to find her TEE, which is her total energy expenditure. So for a total energy expenditure, it is classified by the amount of activity that they do every day or throughout the week. And this is also laid out by Michelle Fiera et al. 2016. So the scale goes from 1.2, which is little to no exercise, to very heavy. Typically that'd be like 2 a day sessions or things like that, and that goes all the way up to 1.9. So basically what you have to do is take their BMR and multiply that by whatever number or category they fall into for the TEE. So we said that she is a light exerciser. She typically just walks. So we'll take her 1,618. I'm going to multiply that by 1.375. So we'll do this, 1.375, and that will give us 2,224. So this means that this number right here, 2,224, is her total energy expenditure. So this is how many calories she would be burning per day if she was in the light category for exercise, which is typically 1 to 3 days. So this is on average what she would be burning. Now, if we want to lose weight, we have to be in a caloric deficit, as I mentioned earlier. So if we take her 2,224 and we multiply it or subtract it by a number that would put us in a certain deficit. So Guo et al. 2018 mentioned that fat loss, or a proper deficit for fat loss, is anywhere between 200 and 500 calories. So if we were to take 2,224 and we were to subtract that by, we'll say, 300, $1,924. So that would mean for a proper caloric restriction or a deficit, she should be eating around 1,924 calories a day to initiate fat loss.